The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.u.
We begin on the tracks, rails stretching beyond the horizon. Each tie a memory, each rail a promise of where we might go. In the early years, our first logo appeared, a pioneer stepping onto the platform of possibility. Through seasons of growth, change, and challenge, we moved forward. The whistle of opportunity sounded, and we boarded the train of time. The view changed with every mile, some stations brief, others lasting. Our logos changed too, not just emblems, but mile markers of evolution. Along the way, seats filled with teammates, mentors, veterans, and friends. Some stayed for the ride, others stepped off, leaving their legacy on the rails behind us. And still, the journey continues. The tracks ahead stretch into the unknown, familiar yet full of new promise. What matters most is how we travel, with purpose, with grit, with heart. Because the journey matters, the movement matters, and the legacy of those logos, every year, every show, lives on in the rhythm of these rails. So here we are once again, all aboard. The whistle blows. The tracks call. Together, we ride. We are the H-Train Show, showing veterans programs beyond the VA since 2015. H is in the building now.
Let's go! Strap in, this one's for the fighter. I took the oath. 20 years I gave my soul. Sandstorms, fire, a roadside blast. Everything I knew shattered fast.
You haven't seen nothing yet! Woo!
Drowning in turmoil, 15 meds, mine in a haze. Living felt like a permanent dead. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. Voice of the broken, thunder in my chest with a freedom fighters rising from the wreck. Parents pulled me from the edge of night, pushed me forward back into the light. Ski boots on, carving through pain. Found my fire on that frozen terrain. Said I was too old to beat to race, so I trained like hell, put them in their place. From slurred words to a podium stand, yeah, I'm racing with lightning in my hands. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. From Kokomo to Olympic slopes, we're the freedom fighters born to cope. Now I take the mic, not a rifle. Broadcast truth, yeah, that's survival. Paralyzed, but still I lead. With every word we plant a seed. Still standing, warriors loud. Can't break us, we scream it proud. Not wounded, we're on the attack. Freedom fighters, and we're taking it back. Freedom fighters, yeah, yeah. Keep rising.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is May 8th, 2026 on this Red Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Am I annoying yet?
No, you're good. Hey, Joy, good to see you.
Good morning. Hey, we have a lot to cover. It's funny. I called HG Wednesday just to see how he was doing, and he's like, "Man, it's kind of lonely without donuts." So, the sports show will be back. It will be back. It won't be the final whistle. I think maybe it'll be like the final call or something like that. Sports show will be back, but we got to give it a week or two so that we can plan and stuff like that. And we don't know who HG's co-host is going to be.
Mystery. Sorry, HG.
Mystery. But HG is going to be the host.
I will be.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So, hey, check this out. If you're a veteran out there and you're listening and you want to do a sports show, this is your chance. Because he's looking to do a show. He's looking to help a veteran out. And there's plenty of veterans out there that want to be a part of this. I'm sure of it.
Come talk ball for a couple hours.
Yeah, right.
I know nothing about sports. Otherwise, I'd jump in with you. 90s sports.
Well, you do so much for us already, Amber.
Thank you.
In fact, when we go on our first commercial, we will be playing. It's like a documentary video. It's kind of cool. I was really impressed by it. Did you make that?
No, I had help.
Okay. Well, at least you're modest.
Production team.
I had help. At least you're modest. Shit. Oh man. So you've been doing some traveling.
I have a lot.
Jeez. So tell everybody a little bit about it because they're probably wondering where the hell this commercial's coming from.
So last week I missed our show, Into the Weeds, because we went to Lawton, Oklahoma to go to the Stevens County Library, and we talked to them about the Mary Morgan Pewitt case. It's a cold case from Comanche, Oklahoma, and it was just a roundtable discussion about the case. And so we're going to try and do that a couple of times. They're going to go over the Lawton serial killer. And it's great because there's a bunch of old timers that were around this table discussing it, and they knew the people that were involved and everything. So to have firsthand knowledge of these people and what they were doing and stuff like that is extremely valuable. And so I would actually like to implement something like that in our town. But our video basically just shows what Into the Weeds podcast mission is. It's to solve cold cases and just be there for people who are hurt and broken, and we will try to help them as best we can, even if it's just to let them tell their story on our show.
You know what I think is awesome? And I've already told you this numerous times, but I don't know if I've made it publicly. When Amber first came to us, I remember she was on like I don't want to say a flip phone, but she was just on a phone. She didn't have any gear. She didn't have nothing. Like, she looked like she had more experience than I did, but I didn't say anything. And she told me, she's like, well, I really want to interview someone from like the envious. I can't pronounce it.
Invictus Games.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I got a guy. I know a guy. So I connected you guys, and ever since I connected you guys, like, you have been on fire doing everything, Amber. And I just want to commend you on that, because, hey, believe it or not, when I teach podcasting, I make it an effort to let everybody know that this shit's hard. It really is hard, guys. It really is. Okay. It's fun, but it's hard. Do you realize, everybody out there in the public watching, that a podcaster's active life expansion is 4 episodes? That means that after 4 episodes, you usually either continue on or you stop.
Mm-hmm.
And Amber's been doing this for 3 years.
2 years. 2 years. Since April. I've been with MBR for about 2.5 years. Okay. But yeah.
All right. Well, still. You've made amazing progress. I am the people that's been here, I'm just super impressed how you, Tracer, MJ, Tony, I mean, you guys are just kicking ass, and I'm real happy with Oscar Mike Radio as well, which that comes to be what our mail call's about. It's that time, everybody. Mail call.
Attention, mail call.
Oh my God!
You've got mail.
Welcome to Mail Call, your soldier spotlight, powered by WorkSimple, highlighting those who serve and inspire.
All right, now I got this part, HG, so don't worry about it. So this young lady here, she came in about the same time as Amber, and she came in at the same time as Tony and all of them. But she's taking shit to the next level, I like to say. She's on every Monday. She does a Power Motivational Monday show that, just kind of puts a motivational butt slap on you a little bit. And she's been doing that for a while. And here at MBR, we have this rule that as long as we have money in the account, which not very much, so don't get excited, but as long as we have money in the account, we are the only nonprofit that buys equipment for veterans after they've been involved with us for 9 months. We help you, but she's been involved with us way more than 9 months. She said that she wanted to go ahead and progress, so we got her a mixer, we got her a mic, we got her everything. So she's gonna really sound professional in the next couple of days. And I'm waiting for the phone call because I told him he could call at 10 after. So he should be calling any time now. But we have a new show coming on, guys. I don't know if we would call it debuting, because when I said debuting, he's like, maybe return or homecoming. He's exactly right. And there it is. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure, go ahead and answer it. I'm sure it's Caesar. Hey, thanks for calling the H Train Show. Good morning. Happy Friday, Red Friday. Who are we speaking with today?
Long time caller, first time listener.
Caesar. So, you know what? We have your banner up here, chromed it up, everything. Caesar is bringing the Battle Rhythm podcast back to MBR. And we're probably the homecoming or return, probably June 1st, But I told him, I'm like, hey, man, if you want to, call in and you can give a brief description on what your show is going to be about. Is it going to be resources as usual, or have you added an extra twist to it this time?
Well, like everybody else, it seems like they've been adding a different segments. But can you go back to the graphic real quick? I want to point something out.
Okay.
And I don't know if art imitates life, but I have a big ass fit on my nose right now, and I don't appreciate you giving that out to people right now. It's not cool.
It's just a little highlighter on the nose, Caesar.
It just makes it shiny.
Oh my god!
Shiny like Santa Claus.
It's killing me, Paul. It's killing me. Anyway, no. In all seriousness, no, yeah, that's I dabbled for a little bit on whether or not it was. It's not a debut. It's a homecoming of sorts. I've been on hiatus for almost 7 months now with the show, but before that, I was actually getting more into keep the resources, and I started adding entertainment. So I have in the next couple of months, I'm going to have Skip Martin from the formerly from the Zap Band. He was big in what's the music award one? Grammy nominated.
Okay.
So he's gonna be on the show. I have a few other artists are gonna be on the show. I hooked up with a recording group, and so they've been around for quite a while. So I've been highlighting them. They are big supporters of veterans. So it's been quite of a journey. So yeah, I'm excited about the whole changes, but still active in the veteran realm as far as like VFW, American Legion, still highlighting those organizations as far as what they do for veterans as well. So
I love it, and just throwing it out there so Grizz can talk. It would be great on Mondays at like 6 or 7 o'clock to have two idiots in a mic back. Just throwing it out there.
You still remember that?
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
But,
that was actually one of the funniest shows we had, to be honest with you. Between daisical, go about a day. And I'm not saying that he's lazy. I'm just saying that his demeanor is very just easygoing. Like,
yeah.
As if you remember that cartoon back in the day. Oh, I don't know which way you go. That guy.
Really?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That guy.
Well, hey.
So, yeah, it should be fun.
And you're more Speedy Gonzalez?
No, I'm more of a no. I don't even know what I would be, to be honest with you. It's probably like more something like along the lines of Ren and Stimpy, like trying to take over the world type of thing.
Okay.
But it is what it is. So no, but I appreciate you having me back, and this is going to be a turning point for, I believe, both my show and also the station. I think coming back to a homecoming is it was well worth the wait for myself, and I'm sure for my audience that has been asking me. They're like, "You coming back?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe sometime today." Not really. I don't know. So they're just waiting for the next chapter, I believe.
It's been like a year, hasn't it?
A year since I left, since I left MBR, yeah. But it's been about 7 months since I actually have done a show.
Okay.
I don't even know if I know how to do this show anymore, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm excited that you're coming back.
Well, thank you.
Well, hey, Caesar, thank you. Thank you for calling in this morning, man. I can't wait to see you back in June. And with that being said, I'll talk to you more in the background. For everybody else, we are going to go on our first music break. When we come back off that music break, not only will we be hitting the What the segment, but we're going to talk about the top 3 stories and stuff like that today. So whatever you do, cue the music. Stay with us. Don't go away. When we come back, the What the segment, it's going to be a little advisory about gas. I'm getting ready to go to Indiana, spend some time with my dad. There's some things that we need to be aware of when we're on the road, especially for this weekend, on Mother's Day weekend. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA, right here on the station that's letting our veterans be heard, MBR. Stay next.
Okay, so state your name and tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name is Amber Dietz, and I'm the creator of Into the Weeds podcast on Military Broadcast Radio, which I host with my daughter, Alora. I'm a veteran, a minister, a mentor, and a community builder. I'm also one of the people responsible for helping release evidence in the case of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Evidence that, in my view, exposes her as a fraud. The fraud I believe she is. After a service-ending injury in the Army, I developed severe migraines that made me very sick. Later, trauma unrelated to my military service added to that burden. For 6.5 years, I was physically unable to leave my bed very much. That is a very long time to lie still and think. I grew up in Lawton, Oklahoma in the 80s and 90s, and for a town its size, it always seemed like a lot of people went missing, even though there weren't many strangers around. One case that stayed with me was the murder of a little girl who was 10 years old named Athena Tina Hogan. She was kidnapped and murdered while selling candy door to door for a school fundraiser. We even knew the man who found her. Over time, it felt like her murder didn't really change people's behaviors all that much. So when I was finally able to get out of bed and travel again, Alora and I drove 7 hours from Missouri back to Lawton. I taught myself how to file a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request, and I submitted one for Tina's case file. Faith led the way, and it turned out I had been the first person in over 30 years to reach out about her case. So I guess that's what I do. I show up. Military Broadcast Radio is a nonprofit internet radio station dedicated to supporting veterans, active duty service members, and first responders through music, talk, storytelling, mental health support, and training in broadcasting. I first learned about MBR through a VA newsletter. It showed up at just the right time. I opened it out of curiosity, wondering how this resource might help me process what I had been through, and that's how Into the Weeds began. My faith led me here, and it can be hard to describe the distance between where I started and where I am now. But in the beginning, my podcast was about my experiences and the things that I was interested in exploring with guests and fellow veterans. Over time, it became something more. Now it is also about the information I uncover on certain topics and cases, and creating a space where people can think, question, and talk through what we're finding together. One of the stories I started hearing more and more about was Gypsy Rose Blanchard. My cousin is serving time in Chillicothe, Missouri. I love my cousin, so I show up for her. I drive to see her, I minister and pray for her. I pray for the people she asked me to pray for, including women she served time alongside. And one of those women was Gypsy Rose Blanchard. At first, we prayed for Gypsy. But at some point, my gut told me something was wrong. Because I already knew how to properly file a FOIA request, I started raising funds and submitting requests for the evidence files in the Dee Dee Blanchard murder case. I felt like this information needed to exist in one place, so I made it exist. And that's just how I am. I showed up again. What I found was a story that proves exactly why we need to get into the weeds. And nothing could definitely have prepared me for how twisted, bizarre, and tragic this story really was. Or for the reality that someone so deeply disturbing could become a public figure. But I also want to talk about Athena Hogan, the 10-year-old girl from Lawton, Oklahoma, who was kidnapped and murdered. I want to talk about other murdered women from my hometown. I want to talk about paranormal experiences, faith, and moments and events that shape who we become. Really, I want to talk with people about the experiences that made them who they are, whatever those experiences may be. Well, almost. At the end of the day, all I ask is that people get into the weeds with Lorena. Let's talk about some things. Let's see what we can figure out. I'm going to keep on showing up.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H Train Show. If you're just joining us, I am assisted by my eye candy of the show, my co-host Amber from Amber in the Weeds, or into the Weeds, I should say.
It's all right.
But she comes on every Saturday at, I believe it's 4 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m. Eastern.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I get my times mixed up. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Joel,
yes.
you stepped out of the room on our break right before a very important message came through for you. So I saved it. This is from True Crime and Chill Crew.
Okay.
There it is up on the screen now.
Be aware of Kentucky drivers in Indiana. They are the worst. Haha. Just kidding.
We got a little PSA for you.
There you go. I'm telling you. No, you know what's worse than Kentucky drivers is trying to stay awake during Kansas. That's what's the worst.
Ooh, yeah,
right?
Kansas is bad.
Gosh.
I've driven through there a couple times.
It's hard.
Man. And you know, I was thinking about flying to Indiana, and well, it's $900. I'm like, no, that's okay. So, you know, one thing that we are going to discuss in the What The segment is the gas issue thing that I've kind of found out about the gas issue. But before we do that, before we get in the What The segment, we top 3 stories that we need to know today. And I'm going to go ahead and put it on teleprompter. You can talk about story number 2 if you want to, Amber. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the number 1 story right now is a veteran of sports. DAV Bowl brings purpose back this week. The Disabled American Veterans Bowl has made headlines just as a game, but as a life-changing event for disabled veterans. Nearly 40 veterans competed in a flag football event tied to Super Bowl week. Many participants said the experience restored connection and identity. The event highlights how sports are being used as a therapy and reintegration tools. Big takeaway on this is veterans aren't just recovering, they're rebuilding through community and competition. And then that comes to our DOD, and I'll let you read number 2, and I'll finish. Our HG will finish off with the number 3.
Okay, DOD Active Duty Military Esports Championship. The 2026 Armed Forces Esports Championship wrapped up this week, and it's a bigger deal than most people realize. All 6 branches competed in a national tournament, and the U.S. Air Force team took the championship. DOD is using esports to boost morale, recruitment, and cognitive readiness. And this is the new battlefield for connection and competition, especially for younger service members. Hey, Tony. Joy must have summoned you.
I'm HG is asking me where he's reading the number 3. It's your sports column. So, you know, just tell us, you know, give us your sports thing, you know.
All right. Well, for number 3, sports in the military community, the Anzac Shield game. It's a unique crossover event brought attention this week. The ASNAC Shield, where military members compete against first responders, military versus police and fire, and the charity football matchup. The funds raised go directly to veteran support organizations. The focus is less about winning and more about giving back to the veteran community. But I know all those vets and first responders still got a competitive fire in their heart. So it was still a fantastic game while raising a lot of great funds for the veteran and first responder community. And I guess the message of it all, service doesn't stop when the uniform comes off. It evolves into community leadership.
Yeah.
That's what we've been trying. That's what we've been trying to do here. Also, entertainment-wise, just so everybody knows, the American Gladiator is back. One of the biggest entertainment revivals, just the reboot of the American Gladiators. It's streaming globally on Prime Video, hosted by WWE's Mike the Miz Mizanian. Features everyday people for competing for $100,000. This taps into competition, resilience, and everyday heroes. Same things veteran relate to. And also, if you didn't realize, not only is this Sunday Mother's Day, but hey, May 24th, it's leading the way, ladies and gentlemen. The road to the Indianapolis 500. And it's kicking off this year, of course, in Indiana. There's two things that Indiana's known for. Okay.
That's why I'm going to Indiana.
500 and corn. I promise there's more corn than Indiana. We have this theme like Elite Gardens, Six Flags, whatever you want to call it. It's called Indiana Beach. It's not really a beach, but anyways, it's going Indiana Beach.
The Great Lakes are basically like mini oceans, and you're on top of them, right?
Right.
You got some coastline on the Great Lake.
There you go. I like where your head's at, HC.
Hey,
I like where your head's at.
H-Train, Indiana might have 2 professional football teams. You guys already got the Colts. You might get the Bears.
And it's
I heard about that.
Notre Dame is my favorite college team.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame, another great team.
Mm-hmm.
The Hoosiers. The Hoosiers are on top of the college football world right now.
Yeah,
can't forget about them.
Hey, when I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Caitlin Clark, if you're out there and you ever reach this, I would just love to meet you. You have changed the game of basketball when it comes to women's basketball. You inspire women. You inspire me. You inspire a lot of people. Just throwing it out there. I'm going to be in Indiana this week. Just throwing it out there. But, without further ado, the sports, how's the Avalanche doing?
Really good. You were actually talking about Caitlin Clark. I want to give a shout out. WNBA season starts next Thursday night, May 14th. The season's kicking off, so get to watch Caitlin Clark and a lot of the other badass women basketball players start their season. But the Avs, back to my glorious Avalanche. This is a super team, H. Man, they are so good. Taking a 2-0 series lead on the Minnesota Wild, who are a really good team. They've got one of the best defensemen in all of the NHL right now, and Quinn Hughes. But we've got our own stud defenseman in Cale Makar. But yeah, it's been a great series so far for the Avs. Game 2 was just game 1 rather was an absolute track meet. It off the walls scoring a 9-6 shootout that the Avs ended up taking home. That was a thrilling game to watch. And then game 2, the Avalanche defense really was a lot improved, and despite Minnesota hanging around for a while in that one, the Avs pulled away with a late flurry in the third period, got a 5-2 victory. So they're up 2-0 heading back to Minnesota, looking really good in the pursuit of a Stanley Cup.
Nice. I like it when Colorado does good in sports, and you should like it too, because schools, you guys get free assemblies and you guys get more like pep rallies and stuff. So support your local teams. Support your local teams. With that being said, excuse me, it is that time. Amber, guess what time it is?
Drop the mic. I'm not sure.
Okay, we need to work on that. It's the what the segment.
Cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
Mm-hmm. You have no regrets?
Dad?
Nope.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love them. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
The federal government just confirmed that they are about to start diluting your gasoline this May. So basically, the EPA just announced that starting on May the 1st, gas stations across the country can sell E15 fuel nationwide. If you're somebody that doesn't know what E15 fuel is, it's gasoline that's cut with 15% ethanol instead of just the usual 10. And you literally cannot make this up right now because they are calling it fortifying the domestic fuel supply, which is a really weird way to say that you're just going to be adding more corn juice to people's gas.
The EPA has issued emergency waivers for gasoline blends like E15.
Now this is why it actually matters to you, because ethanol has less energy than regular gasoline, so your car gets worse fuel economy on E15. The entire point of this is that you might be saving about 25 cents per gallon at the pump, but you're burning through it faster, so obviously the savings just cancels itself out. But this is the part that genuinely nobody's talking about, because the EPA normally bans E15 during the summer because ethanol evaporates faster in heat and creates more smog. They explicitly know this, but they just decided to waive their own rule that they made anyways because gas prices are high right now and people are angry. And if you're somebody that owns an older car, a lawnmower, a boat, or a chainsaw, they're saying to be careful because E15 can mess up those engines. So they're making your gas cheaper by just making it worse. Is that even surprising at this point?
All right, and I just want to take this moment real quick to tell you, everybody, just take a second to talk about the place that helps power everything around here that we do right here in Colorado. WorkSimple. It's just not just a workspace; it's a community. It's where ideas come to life, where veterans find their voice, and where purpose meets opportunity. Whether you're building a business, launching a podcast, or just need a professional environment to focus, WorkSimple gives you the tools, the space, and the support to make it happen. They've been a huge part of helping us here at Military Broadcast Radio, continuing our mission, giving veterans and first responders a voice. So if you're ready to level up your work, your mission, and next move, check out WorkSimple. Work smarter, work stronger, powered by WorkSimple. And I sent Amber the thing, but I should have grabbed it. Basically, they have an ad right now that you get 2 months free. You can get office space. Okay. So for example, it doesn't matter if it's an office. All right. Think outside the box, people. Doesn't matter if it's an office or a studio or whatever you want to call it. Point is they're going to give you a space where you don't have to do a contract. You're not going to have to do like a month deposit like you normally do. You can come in here. Hey, maybe you have some pictures. Maybe you have an art. You want to do an art gallery. This is a place to do it. Maybe you want to have a board meeting to where everything is right there. The fixings, electronics, everything. These people know how to do it. WorkSimple. It's kind of that old saying, work smarter, not harder. So with that being said, I'm going to be taking this trip to Indiana, and I'm excited about it. When I'm taking on this trip, I got following people that I do want to say shout out to because they're joining on TikTok. I do want to give a shout out to Rita. You're such a beautiful soul. I really appreciate you, Rita. Thank you so much for tuning in. JJ, also want to tell you I appreciate you tuning in. And then we have Chelsea and Yeneth. I can't pronounce her name. It's a Spanish name, but she knows who I'm talking about. And then, of course, I got my little TikTok crew, the baddies. They've been tuning in and helping. And
Baddies, huh?
Baddies, yeah. And the great thing about TikTok is like then when they give the gifts and stuff, like that is helping getting gear for our veterans. If you're liking Facebook, if you're liking LinkedIn, just liking the post, throwing that out there, okay? Just liking the post helps the visibility, helps us get the name out there more, and it helps us be able to get gear and stuff like that. Yeah. So with that being said, the thing that I want, let's see if I can download this real quick. It's going to be off the wall, just so you guys know real quick. But I think it's really important that I share this. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. And it's saying that I got too many pictures. All right. Well, so I was getting worried because I'm getting ready to head to Indiana, and everybody's talking about how there's like a gas shortage and stuff like that, and I was worried about going to Indiana and getting caught in the middle. And like I said, if you're looking for a space to work at, an office, anything, and you have questions, please feel free, write us, let us know. You can get something for less than $800 a month. That's unheard of, Amber.
Yeah, no. I spent $250 for 8 hours in a workspace like that in Springfield.
And it's amazing. You pay like the $800, and it's like a sports fitness thing. You come in here, they don't care how much time you spend in the room, and it's like a barracks, kind of like the military. It's like a barracks. All the internet, power, everything, it all comes with it. It's a no-brainer, everybody. I'm just telling you, it's a no-brainer. So with that being said, we are going to go to the dropping the mic moment. Let's hit it.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not going to do what you all think I'm going to do, which is just...
What the hell out of here? Y'all take care. Let go.
You said you saw this.
Yeah.
How did you come to be in that spot?
I'm the crossing guard on 55th and King Session. When I tell you, he ran the light, T-boned the lady, I'm bobbing and weaving. I'm just thankful to be alive right now. Thank you, Jesus.
What did it sound like?
Bam! No, not to be funny. I swear, not to be funny. It happened that fast. And luckily, I'm alive.
How do you know what time of day
I had
kids
to pull
are playing out there?
They was out there. They were in there. I had to pull a kid out. No, I had to pull, what's the name, nephew out.
What?
Mm-hmm. No, what's the name, nephew? Yes.
So there were kids in there?
Yes.
What so describe this for me. You hear the bang.
Bang. I don't know which way to go because he ends up in the schoolyard. Luckily, I wasn't on the corner. I'm in the shade slightly because it's an 82-degree day today.
And then what?
Crazy. My adrenaline is still running. I'm just thankful to be alive.
So you see this car on its side. Kids are screaming. What's going on?
I run sheeple, then I grab a kid out because he's stuck franticing, pull him out. Ain't nobody in there. Guy's in there. He's trapped in there. Then I run out, get myself together because my heart is boom, 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 boom.
No doubt.
Crazy.
And you grabbed a kid.
Pulled him up out of there.
How was the kid? What
He was shaking up, but I pulled him up out of there.
Was he like under a piece of playground equipment? Or
Yeah,
what?
right up under there.
Wow.
No, I'm being honest.
No, I believe you. So tell me about this car. Did you see what happened to her?
Do a 360. I didn't know which way to go. Luckily, I wasn't right there on the corner. I would have been trapped in the madness if you zoom in.
All right. So I told HG to close it up. HG's idea for the drop the mic. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do an interview while you're eating ice cream.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. I loved it. It reminds me.
A colorful interview.
It reminds me of those two kids. They said, we were scared and I dropped my hot pocket. But
man.
it also reminds me, that kind of stuff happens all the time. And you'll have to talk to my husband about it because it's some actually tragic stuff. But he's been in situations where he's had to save people or try to save people when something like that's happened. So, and then I've been in a bed sleeping and a drunk driver hit the house that my grandma lived in and hit the bed that I was sleeping in. So,
well, I tell you, it's interesting. there's been a lot of stuff that's happened this week. You know, I was trying to bring up, like, you know, the impactful things that have happened this week that maybe, you know, a lot of people don't know about, but there's been a lot of wrecks here lately. I know 3 people that I'm friends with that they've totaled their cars just this week, you know. Keep in mind, everybody, whenever summer comes, it's heat, people's tempers raise. So there's going to be a lot more wrecks, especially with the temper. Now, Colorado, we got this real big dusting of snow just a couple of days ago. But see, that's how Colorado works, though. We don't see snow after June, but we get a big, huge snowstorm usually right on Mother's Day.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago or something like that, we had a rain and somebody rolled their car and Charles had to pull them out.
Yeah, Charles is like a local superhero down there in Missouri, man.
I know, right? It's the height. It's the height.
Always stepping up to save the day.
It's the height.
You have no idea. Every time we go on a trip or something happens. You know, we go down the road and this huge field is on fire, about to encroach on a house, and nobody's called the fire department. And we're like, what the heck? So
hey, Joy, I hear you on DFW. That's the reason why I always tell people that Houston is the armpit of Texas. Like I've been to Houston numerous times, and I love Texas. I do not like Houston, though. Oh, dear God, I do not like Houston. Talking about things that I like, though, I want to bring the attention to you. DV Radio has a new app. DV Radio is against domestic violence. They have a huge campaign that they're doing right now. You go in there and buy a shirt, but check out their brand new phone app. And of course, Bo and the boys, they're on every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time doing Barracks Talk. And on that station, you can cuss. So if you like cussing, go over there. But we love Bo. We love DV Radio. They give us a destination, you know, because we partner. We're just trying to bring the military news and the veteran community news to military veterans. That's all we're trying to do, you know, because some people don't like the sticky look of the Pentagon channel. What can I say? All right. They like the interaction. They like the fire. They like the ducks, you know. We're going to go on our next music break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking with the artist because we have him in the studio. This next music break song, you can go ahead and cue the music. This next music break, it's Will Thiery. I hope I'm not butchering that name wrong. It's Will Thiery. He has a brand new song that just came out. It's called Burning My Flag. You know, a lot of people have a lot of different reactions and a lot of different thoughts with the flag. But here's the important thing. Everybody has an opinion, and it's safe and it's free to express it. But watch who you express it to, because you don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings just because your feelings aren't hurt either. And when you burn the flag, you might be hurting some people's feelings. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA on the station, letting a veteran's voice be heard. MBR.
Land of the free, caught from the brave, built on the bones of the dreams they gave. Not from your tweets or your keyboard cries, but from soldiers' blood under open skies. You wave your signs, say we owe you more, while heroes come home scream at the past, call it all a lie, but that flag still flies where the fallen lie. It ain't just thread, it's a soldier's shroud, a mother's tears, a father's proud. You burn it down, think you're breaking chains, but you're spitting on graves where freedom remains. If you got the right to burn my flag, I got the right to whoop your ass. You torch the stars, you stomp the stripes, but we bled for that through endless fights. If you hate this land, then walk away. I'll hold the door, I'll pave the way. You're free to speak, but don't you forget that flag's still standing. So blood and sweat. Lock your doors, but preach no borders here. While vets sleep rough with their ghosts and fear, you kneel in the spotlight, you ride for peace, but your words smell like smoke and your hands are grease. This land's not stolen, it's paid with pain by calloused hands in the sun and rain. You wanna erase what the brave ones built, that freedom stitched with their blood and guilt. It ain't just cloth, it's a warrior's cause, a final salute to the lives we lost. You call it hate, but it's love we defend for the ones who fought till the bitter end. Yeah. If you got the right to burn my flag, I got the right to whoop your ass. You spit on the ground where our heroes sleep, while their angels watch and their mothers weep. If you don't salute, then find your road. I'll pack your bags, I'll lighten your load. You're free to hate, but don't you forget that flag's still waving. It ain't done yet. This ain't about red, blue, or lines in the sand. It's about the millions who reached out their hands from fields of fire to factory floors. They built this dream through 1,000 walls. You can scream your truth, you can take your stand, but don't you dare curse the working man's land. That flag's their heart, their fight, their creed, and we'll stand tall for the ones who bleed. If you got the right to burn my flag, I got the right to whoop that ass. You torch the stars, you tear the seams, but you can't burn down the American dream. If you don't love it, then find your way. We'll keep the flame for another day. Your freedom to hate came at a cost, paid by the brave who carried that cross. So raise your voice, but choose it wise, cause we'll fight forever neath those starry skies. This is for the fallen who never came home, for the vets in the shadows who carry the stone, for the hands that built this, the hearts that broke, for the flag that flies through the fire and smoke. God bless the brave, God bless the fight, God bless the stars that still burn bright, and God help the fool who forgets what it means to stand for the truth of the red, white, and free.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday, May 8th, 2026, and we have a hopping show. Not only is it a weekend, God, this has been a long week, Amber. Oh my gosh. I had Hey, I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but when my day starts on Tuesdays and Thursdays, um, I have appointments. I have appointments from like 9 to 4, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then once I'm done there, my day isn't over. I help all the veterans, get the codes, get in their studio, get everything set up. I don't get out of the studio and to bed until like 11 or 12 at night. So it is literally a one man crew, and I have Trace around when she gets off work. She helps me a little bit, but I just wanted to tell everybody, exactly like how many personnel we have, because when they look at MBR, they think that we're a big like 500 company, and we're not even close to that. So I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. We have this artist that it came across our desk last week, and we're like, okay, we gotta get him on. A lot of commotion, a lot of feedback from the left or from the right, talking about they're turning this into a political issue, and this I don't feel that it's a political issue. I feel that it's a moral and a character issue. You can get things done riot wise without burning a flag. Ask the French. They got naked women doing it all the time. And trust me, I pay attention to that more than I do the flagging. All right. Just throwing it out there. Okay.
Oh, Joel and your baddies. Huh?
Hey, I'm telling you, I like honkers. Okay. I'm married, but I like honkers. All right. That's okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, this week's interview of the week, he is a veteran. He's going to tell us what inspired him and tell us a little bit about what part of life he came from. Ladies and gentlemen, interview of the week, Will Thiery.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Well, hey,
what's
welcome.
up, guys?
Happy Friday, man.
How y'all doing?
Good.
We're doing good. We're doing good. Hey, I gotta say, I really like the song. In fact, I got this little community in TikTok. We're called the Baddies. The Boss Baddies, and I played for them, and they all wanted like copies and stuff because they're like, hey, this is really good stuff, and I'm like, I know, and tell us a little bit about your inspiration. Like, what started this out? Have you always wanted to be an artist? Did you just started doing it because you're like, you know what, this pisses me off with this stuff, and I want to clarify my feelings with the song. I love the song. I really do.
I appreciate that.
But tell us a little bit about yourself and the inspiration of the song.
All right, I am a United States Marine Corps veteran. Served in Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm.
Semper Fi.
And Semper Fi, brother. Hey, and the thing is that we all too often forget that we see our soldiers, our men and women, coming back under that flag, and that's the right that I have, and every other veteran has, to defend her. And so my whole back behind writing this song was that I went to a No Kings rally, and it was kind of odd that I wanted to make sure that they didn't burn the flag, because that's kind of what they do, and all the crazy other stuff that they do. And they weren't going to do it in front of me. And the song came more, it's not a song to be about being polite. And I guess if you want me to tell you a little more about me, the whole Marine Corps thing, I lost 11 guys in Desert Shield and Desert Storm. And then I went to Ukraine twice and lost another 13 there. And they came home under that flag. And a lot of people don't see that. And I don't expect them to understand it. And that being said, that's why there's songs like this out there. And you asked if I always wanted to be an artist. Not so much. I'm scared to be in front of the camera. I'm in front of people. It's not even scared. It's more of a fear of not having an exit or not having control because of the PTSD, the 2 TBIs that I have. And
Murphy's Law, something always goes wrong. I hear you.
and it did back in 2017 when I was on stage with Toby Keith. He threw me his guitar and had me come out there and start playing. I started playing in front of 100,000 people, and I had just a panic attack and I froze.
Well, dude, I would have pissed myself. So you,
I might have had a diaper on, but I'll tell you, if I didn't have a diaper on, I probably would have. But no, I didn't have a diaper. But it was pretty. It was pretty unique, and he was one of the ones that really made me realize in 2017 that I really wanted to put I almost have a 600 song catalog, and that I've wrote 600 songs. I got 5 short, and he said my music was ready, my lyrics were ready, and he said you just got to get over the stage fright and being in front of people and not having to realize that I need a place to go. And you have to know, well, I do. I have to know every way out of a place, whether it's a restaurant, bathroom, gas station, even my own house. So it's weird to some people, but it's life, and we continue to sacrifice. Every veteran continues to sacrifice after the service. So the song just came about. It's, again, not to be polite. It's about the perspective of someone who watched too many folded flags handed to broken families after the loss of their son or daughter.
Well, I'm gonna draw your attention to the screen over there in the comments, because I think it's important. Sometimes you take a step back and you reflect. Look at all the people that are tuning in right now that are making comments. Like,
Amen.
Not only have you touched those people, but you've touched other people, with your song as well. And I think it's really important that, I'm not throwing shade over one side or another.
Yes, sir.
This one thing that I learned this week, and I'm constantly learning stuff. I have a brain injury, and I remember a long time ago when I started learning how to ride a motorcycle, and for the longest time when I saw people doing the 2 hands off to the side, I thought they were flipping me off. So I was they're like, no, it's 2 fingers, not a flip off. It's like a greeting thing. And I'm like, well, shit, I didn't know. So I'm still learning as we speak, but just like in social media, whichever way you swing, political wise, sometimes we forget that, we hurt people's feelings,
Yes, sir.
And we need to respect. Yeah, sure. You're entitled to your opinion, but is your opinion entitled to hurting people's feelings?
Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just want to bring that up, because I don't think enough people think about that. We need to go back to the golden rule.
Well, we need to, and the thing is, we need to unify, and that's what I'm trying to do here, is bring back old time country music where you tell a story and you unify people. Whether it was, we can all agree to disagree on our political views, but at the end of the day, I have Democrat friends that we put our political views aside. Right. I don't agree with what they say, but we can still be friends at the end of the day. We don't have to have political bullshit or bullcrap, excuse me, in the middle of that. And some of them, I've lost a lot of friends over being hey, I'm a MAGA supporter, I'm a Trumper, whatever you want to call it. I believe in this president, I believe in our country, and I believe in that flag, and I'll die for her still to this day, like we would back in the day.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. This is what I tell people when people block other people because of political posts or anything like that. Just keep in mind, everybody, that the person that you block is the person that could bail you out of jail.
Right, yeah, that's a fact.
No president, no politician, you can stand up for him, but I guarantee he's not going to bail you out of jail if you get a DUI or a speeding ticket. Just throwing it out there. So, well,
unless you're a Democrat, because the fraud and abuse, they got all that money anyway. So I guess they can.
So, in other words, keep your enemies close.
Yeah, keep your friends closer. That's the problem. The way the way the world is today, you never know. And I got a great just a bunch of people behind me. I mean, I've got, I don't know what it is, 90K now on Facebook and my TikTok. I lost my first TikTok account because somebody hacked it, but they needed the followers more than I did. But we're out here trying to change lives, and it's the I'm Living Proof Nation. Mel, Cindy, all these people and that do so much for me, make my job so much easier. I write and I pray between. I'll put the pen in my hand and I'll ask God to write it with me, and then because I'm a God fearing man, and I believe without Him we have nothing here. And the thing is I pray during the song when I'm writing it, and after the song's written, then I get in the studio, which I'm sitting in the regular studio, not the main studio. But I never thought about doing this. It's not about money. It's not about attaboys or anybody clout chasing or anything like that. What it's about is saving lives. If we could save one, we could save a million.
I agree with you. Now I'm going to let Amber ask the next question, but I'm just going to let you know that one of the questions that I want to ask is, he was on the stage with Toby Keith. I've got to know how that was. Like, what was his character like? What was he a good guy? Was he the same guy backstage?
The same guy you see every single day. Every single day. He gave me a belt buckle of his, and I never wore it until a couple days or about a month ago. And he's the same guy, but even better in person.
Oh man,
more remarkable, and unfortunately we lost him way too soon. And
that's true.
And amazing. I mean, I can't even. He's like, I don't want to say the girl next door, but the guy next door.
Right.
He's just one of those guys that leaves a lasting impact. He didn't sling bullshit or bull crap. Excuse me. He just told you the way it was, and kind of like what he did with the Dixie Chicks, and the way he did with that. And he believes in his way, and that's what he's steadfast on. So he was the same guy that I saw in interviews all this time, and I met him 6 times and got to go backstage 4 times, and the same guy shook my hand, gave me a hug, sweaty, drinking his Jack in the red Solo cup, and same old guy. It was just a great experience, and I was blessed.
All right, Amber, I'm going to let you ask the question because I've asked way too many questions. This is your show too.
Okay. Well, so I saw that you were up for a Josie Award. How did that come about, and how do you feel about that? I mean, is that something that you were striving to do, or did it just come about?
Well, I got the best damn fans in the land. I'm going to tell you that right now. And, I'm Living Proof Nation, the AFF Nation over there on TikTok. I didn't really strive. It's not about awards with me. I'm proud as hell to get it because it's a fan's choice right now. There's still, I think it's 8 more categories that we're still have a chance at. So we could walk away with 8 pieces of hardware at the Grand Ole Opry. And it's something that really didn't come across to me, except for I had a bunch of people say, hey, we're going to get you this nomination. And it was the fans' choice. And all of them people in the nation just went religiously and voted and put me in for this, and this. And they did it for the Texas Country Awards. But the Josies mean so much because it's about talent based. It's not about a popularity contest like all those. I mean, I'm a member of the CMAs. I just got inducted to be a member in the CMAs, and
congratulations.
It's absolutely amazing. That feeling is amazing. But to get something like this from my fans, it's not my award. None of this will ever be any of my award. It'll be our award. It'll be their award, because without them, without our God, hey, none of this is possible.
Yeah, no. So just the fact that you could possibly be on the Grand Ole Opry stage. I mean, I am somebody who watched Hee Haw when I was a kid.
Me too. Hey, showing the age right there, aren't we?
Minnie Pearl was like my jam. I loved that woman.
Awesome. Yep.
R.I.P. David Allan Coe. And I don't even like country, but rest in peace.
But yeah, just to have the possibility of doing that, that's just so awesome.
It is. And I got my tickets, and I'm thinking, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying to myself, there's that little circle in the stage, the wooden circle. And we'll get there to be able to step up there, take pictures and things like that. But to stand up there and I'm going to reveal it on your show. I got a tux jacket that I'm getting done, right? Because now that we're there, if we do win, I'm having all my albums, all my singles in, and they're going to be swatched into the inside of my lining of my coat.
Oh, that's cool.
And when we win, because we're going to do that, because my fans are the best damn fans in the land, but we're going to take and open up that jacket, and it's going to be amazing. And I can't believe that we're even going to walk on the stage with that many wonderful country artists. I mean, you look back at, you say Hee Haw, that's kind of funny, but Dolly, in the day back when she was on there with Porter and Kenny Rogers. I mean, can you imagine? David Allan Coe was on there. I mean, Garth Brooks. We can say everybody, but the thing is it could be Will Thiery, and that's because my fans and the people that believe in my mission, they believe in my music, and they believe in the journey. And I appreciate every single one of them. I don't take it for granted because tomorrow we're not promised. So
that's very true. You bring up Porter Wagner. My husband may or may not be related to him. They have the last name in common,
right.
But he looks like a young Porter Wagner.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's, right there. You might have to go there. Have you been to the Grand Ole Opry?
I have not.
You should put him up there and then take some pictures of him. Might be a money-making opportunity for you. But just standing on that stage is going to be remarkable. And the Josies have been wonderful. They're all about taking care of the indie artists because we do all this ourselves. I run my website. I do all my social medias with the help of Mel McNeil and Cindy Santos and Patty Christmas and Blue. We all do this, but they allow me to be able to write these songs. And I do it for the people because I want to save lives. I don't care about the money. It's not, but we need money to make this train work. No pun intended, the H train. But the thing is it's about saving lives. And if this song can help other people see that not burning the flag, because again, it says it right in there. If you have the right to burn my flag, then I have the right to defend her. And I never gave up that oath. So I will whip that ass if somebody does that. I'm just sorry. I'm just saying it for not political. It's not about being political. It's not left, right.
Right.
It's a song about love for our fellow vets.
Right. No, I agree with that. Yeah.
Right. No, and I agree. It's just like having kids. Just because you don't like the person doesn't mean that you go kick their kid. It's kind of the same thing. I guess I shouldn't have said that.
That's a hell of a way to say it.
I shouldn't say.
I love it though.
I'm sure I'm going to get tagged when I get off the air because I called somebody.
That's awesome.
But I remember when I was in Warhorse. It was right after my battle. He had passed away, and I remember we were watching a Toby Keith concert at Warhorse, and like we got hit with mortars, and everybody took cover.
Yes, sir.
Toby Keith, got off the stage for maybe like 5 minutes, and then came back on, and he's like, "They don't want me to come back on stage because it's so hot." He's like, well, I don't give a shit.
You often wonder if that's the alcohol talking, but it's not because he's a badass. I mean, he really is. I mean, he's just an amazing man.
He truly was. He truly was, and amazing songs, and him and Tracy Adkins. Every time that they did stuff together, they would coordinate with the Winter Warrior Project, and they would bring warriors in. And I got to meet Tracy Adkins. I got to meet Toby Keith at one time, and man, they're big,
bro. Toby's big. Toby's that corn-fed Oklahoma boy. So hey, I'm telling you, he's big. He may be a big man in person, like his physical stature, but his personality and his caring for other people. I thought he was going to be if you rub things with, those elite in country music, you always think somebody like, because Garth Brooks, we can say he's been whatever, but Toby Keith, I thought, man, this guy's going to be because he's just going to tell you what he thinks and you're not going to care. And he looked at my catalog and was actually, he looked at me, he had his bandana on, took off his hat, and he looked so different without his hat on. I was like, please put that back on because it just ruined the image, right? and he said, you got jokes. And I'll never forget that moment because he looked at me and he said, your catalog is ready. The lyrics are ready, brother. He said, you get over the stage fright and you're going to Nashville. And guess what? We're going to Nashville. So
Congratulations.
it's amazing. It's amazing. I appreciate you all. And by the way, I want to say this before I get, because that TBI, I want to send you guys some merch. So I want to get the address to send you guys some merch. And we do, I make cross pendants by hand, forged nails all the way through. And I want to send you guys some merch and some t-shirts and things like that.
That'd be amazing. And you know, we're gonna keep playing your song. In fact, we got your song on the Roku channel now, but we're gonna keep playing your song, and we got your back, man. We want you to be successful as much as possible. In fact, one thing that I love about Military Broadcast Radio is I've learned so many songs with veterans out there, and Scotty Frazier, Shannon Book. Those names are getting out.
I know Frazier. Yeah, I know that. I've listened to music. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. Me and Amber, we get at least 2 emails a week with people with great songs. Now, being honest, we do get some emails where it's like you do have your hearing aids all the way up, right?
I hope somebody is nice enough to tell me that my music sucks if it sucks. And the thing is you can only be a good friend if you tell the truth. And the thing is, if somebody's singing, just that's where it all started, was when I picked up a guitar at 19 in the military. When I was in Desert Storm, I brought the guitar with me, and I was singing out in the desert. And they were like, bro, quit, please. You're going to kill the coyotes, and hey, the Iraqis are going to run just because you're saying. And I'm like, damn. I said, tough crowd. But then we really got into it, and they were like, yeah, you're doing great. We love this. And we wrote a lot of songs. I wrote a lot of songs there until I lost a lot of guys. And that's something that, the veteran never stopped serving. And I thank all our current military and the men and women from above and beyond and the guys before us. That the problem is we were losing too many every day. And it's not 22, it's more like 43. The VA doesn't want to tell you. And you guys have a platform that is amazing, and you guys are amazing, and the show's amazing. And reaching out to people, I'm going to follow you guys on TikTok because I just love this trash. To me, it's the most amazing thing in the world. People picking up our veterans like this, because there's no veteran that's in this world that should ever be from the United States and be homeless and should ever feel alone. Because I have a saying, when you can't see the brighter side, I'll sit with you in the dark. And I mean that truly. My phone number is posted so that people can call me, text me. We've saved a lot of people in the time of crisis and walked them through. And that's what I love about the I'm Living Proof Nation, that they're always open to talk to somebody, no matter who they are, whether it's a military or non-military. I don't know if I can say the word, but I'll say unalive. Unaliving in this country is at an epidemic, and nobody seems to care. I mean, I'm not saying nobody, but I'm saying our politicians. Well, we're going to change that when we do this walk in August. I'm going to do a walk, and it's going to be 22 miles with 22,000 names, and it's going to be with a 22-pound rock, and we're going to do it in the name of those veterans. And it's something that's really near and dear to my heart.
My dad was one of them, so.
Oh, ma'am, I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's something that we have to deal with, but he was one of them, and he reached out to the VA, and they set his appointment off for.
They dropped the ball, and that's where you hear too much of this. I had a buddy that unalived himself in front of the Dayton VA with a shotgun because they did the same thing, and this is where we have to stop this.
Yeah,
this is where we have to stop this, because too many are going that could be helped.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, so I've been heartbroken this last couple of weeks, because one of my prize interns that I was really, really, really close to, he left for bigger and better things for Louisiana. Yeah. And he wrote in the group text this week talking about how he showed up, but the other guy didn't show up. And I told him, and I'm not the one that came up with the quote. The quote actually came from Tim Tebow a long time ago. But no matter what, and people need to chew on it, commitment always beats talent.
Yeah.
So
Amen.
you could be. I didn't want to be a radio guy all my life.
Right.
I came back from skiing, saw a bunch of eyes on me, and I'm like, you know what? I have more success helping veterans navigate resources than
Amen.
helping them set up events and stuff. Events are nice, but events aren't going to pay your bills.
No,
Resources
sir.
and getting navigation through the VA system, that's what's going to pay the bills. And
Exactly.
I told him, I'm like, hey, you know what? Commitment beats talent. When you're in that zone, you just got to keep on remembering you've got to be a yes man. And sooner or later, that wheel's going to turn, and it's going to be your spot. And I've me myself, I've grinded. I've learned in a year how to cartoon animate. Got internship with Disney.
Oh, wow.
I'm learning 3D printing, and I've been doing things for veterans like floating shelves and
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
cool.
that. But I didn't know any of this stuff. I kept grinding. When I couldn't sleep, and I know you have that same issue, Will. When
Yes,
I
sir.
couldn't sleep, what do? My purpose is station. I make like animation, or I do something with 3D printer. When I can't sleep, don't disturb somebody's peace. Work
Amen.
on purpose to help
Work on your
somebody.
pain. And that's a
Exactly.
song that I have. I wrote a song called Turning Pain. It's pain into purpose. And that's really what started all this. Was I wrote a song. It's called I'm Living Proof. And it was when I unalived myself for 10 minutes and 13 seconds. And by the grace and mercy of God, he brought me back to be able to do this. And I realized what my purpose was to actually put, somebody said, hey, your poetry is good. It started out with my poetry. I won 3 contests in a row, and it was an international. Over 430,000 people had entered, and I ended up winning. But then it turned out that I put this song. That's the song that started it all. I'm Living Proof, and now we got. If you look in the background, I don't know if you can see it, but we got 2 gold singles right now, and I'm Living Proof went double plat, and it went diamond. So it's
That's awesome.
I'm blessed. It's something that people can relate to, and I'm talking not only people that are veterans in the military frame of mind, that the guys and gals that are still in. It's the modern person, just the regular day Bonnie and Clyde type of thing. The regular person can realize that, wow, we're all one bad decision away from being that person.
That's what I say all the time.
Oh, well,
One wrong choice.
Well, Tracer's asking, where will the walk be? Just want you to know that, I don't know if you check in those comments, but you've got a lot of loved ones. You got a lot of fans that are just,
I see them. I see them.
It's pouring in. I can't even put them all on the screen.
Just keep that in mind, man. Sometimes we don't realize that
it's going to be in Dayton. Yeah, it's going to be in Dayton, Ohio, and the thing is, I've already invited, and we got a nod. I knew J.D. Vance as a congressman when he was up in Middletown. I threw darts against him, and he could pound some beers down. And I mean, he probably don't want me to tell that, but J.D. Vance is about as real as they come, and he already wrote back and said that he would try to be there for that in August. And I'm not for sure. I had some jaw surgery about 3 weeks ago, and I'm still recovering from all that. And hopefully I'll be good in August. But I want to get this 22-mile hump in and do it for the 22,000. We got over 22,000 names that I'm going to be carrying with me of that are gone, that passed on.
Yeah.
Well, before I end this, I just want to tell you, thank you so much for coming on the show with me. We'll
no, thank you.
We'll keep connected. Before we go to our final question, Amber, do you have anything that you want to ask before we go to the time to shine?
No, I just thank you for doing what you're doing and serving still, because I don't think people understand how much that's ingrained in us is service
Amen.
and the people who get out and serve
Well,
change lives
it's
as well
burned
as
into us
their
in
own.
basic training. Treat those how you want to be treated. Like it is burned into us, and
Yeah,
unfortunately,
they teach you how to put that uniform on, but they never
Yeah.
teach you how to take it off. And you know
Right.
what? I'm good with that because
Yeah.
I call it the final debrief. I'll get my final debrief when I go up there. We'll take care of our people down here. The government doesn't want to try to do that, and they don't want to take care of it, but we will. And you guys are doing. I can't thank you guys enough for what you guys do, bringing awareness to all the veteran issues and I like helping out people that virtually feel alone and don't have anything to really live for. And you guys are giving them that. And I know you're giving me that. You guys give me the power by doing this and the power to put music out there that changes lives. And I really appreciate that. And without you guys, we don't get hurt.
No problem. We are honored to play your song. We're honored to support you, my fellow vet. We're honored to support you. With that
appreciate you,
being
brother.
said, it is that time because we're running out of time. It is your time to shine.
Today's Time to Shine is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, veterans, and first responders. Runs on Dunkin'.
Well, maybe I didn't set you up for the right question or for that right answer, and there's something that you want to get off your chest. You know, as well as a TBI, sometimes, we have this great like picture movie that we're planning on doing, and then when we get into it, we just forget everything and everything just jacks out. And I have that issue.
Yep.
Maybe there's something that you want to get off your chest. This is your 2-minute platform to talk about or say anything that you want that we didn't cover.
Wow. I didn't expect that question, but I guess speaking about unity and not division, I really believe that we need to unify America. We need to unify not just Democrats. We don't need to be a party. We need to really embrace each other and humanity. Sometimes I see that when I think humanities, there's nothing left. There's something that sparks it, like within the nation, or a song, or God, and writing another song. I did the national anthem rendition, and hopefully you guys get a chance to listen to that. But don't burn that flag, because I promise you, there's about, well, I won't say how many, but because I don't even know. If you burn that flag, you will get that ass whooped, and it's not going to be pleasant, because the thing is, we've had way too many brothers and sisters come underneath that flag and come home under that flag and buried.
Hey, I agree with you. I'm telling you, don't burn the flag. Show your honkers. It's so much easier, and it doesn't upset anybody.
I love that.
I like that.
Except the feminists.
Flag. We're gonna make a shirt like that. Don't burn the flag. Show your honkers.
You know what? I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to write that down, and that'll be the shirt that comes to you guys.
Okay.
Will, thank you, brother.
I know my daughter will wear it proudly.
Will, thank you so much for being on, man. And
I appreciate you.
Email me and let me know if there's anything I can do. You got my vote.
Just tell everybody to go to the website, www.willtheory.llc.com, and you can check out all the music that's on there, and you can also get the merch and check it out, and also help another veteran. And we donate a lot to the veterans organizations to help end veterans suicide and homelessness.
Well, thank you, Will, for everything you're doing.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it is that time. We want to thank Will so much for being on the show, because he has a pretty busy schedule. He's a magnificent man, and I didn't know that he was. I didn't know that he was so based in faith. That really humbles me too. So I'm glad that we had him on. And I mean, his song's really good. I mean, I'm not, like Tracer says, I'm not blowing wind up anybody's dress or anything, like he's really good. That song's really good. So, well, it's that time, everybody. We're going to go on the tribute to the troop. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll be talking about final thoughts, what we learned, and me and HG might bull crap a little bit with Amber before we get out of here for the weekend. So whatever you do, stay with. Oh, by the way, make sure you buy Mom something for Mother's Day. Okay, don't go cheap. All right, she knows what's at the dollar store. Keep that in mind. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show, the highlights, all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA, right here on the station that's letting our veterans' voices be heard. MBR. Tribute to Troop next.
Detail attention.
First call. The service member's name is called out loud in the context of a unit. This is meant to ensure all are present and accounted for. Second call. The name is called out again, louder, to confirm that the service member is indeed absent. Third call. The name is called out for a final time, followed by a statement indicating that the service member is not present and accounted for, signifying their death. The final roll call serves as a symbolic gesture to respect and remember their service.
Sir, I don't know how to tell the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to MBR today as we pay tribute to Lance Corporal Matthew Rolando Matman Rodriguez, age 19 of Fairhaven, Massachusetts. Matthew was born in Wareham, Massachusetts on March 1st, 1994 to Rolando and Lisa Rodriguez. Matt was a 2012 graduate of Greater New Bedford Regional Voltaic High School, where he played baseball and hockey. He enlisted in the Marine Corps on August 20th, 2012, following in his father's footsteps, who was also a Marine. Matt was assigned to the 1st Combat Engineer Battalion from the 1st Marine Division out of Camp Pendleton, California. Matt's unit deployed to Afghanistan in the fall of 2013, taking over for the 3rd CEB on October 21st. Matt was killed in action on December 11th, 2013 while conducting combat operations in the Helmand province of Afghanistan. Matt's awards and decorations include the Purple Heart, the National Defense Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, and the NATO Medal International Security Assistance Force Afghanistan. Matt is remembered as a great kid with brilliant blue eyes who was always smiling and cracking jokes. He was a popular teenager who had planned to marry his fiancée and start another chapter of his life after he returned from deployment. Matt's mother, Lisa, said her son was easygoing, constantly smiling, who had always wanted to be a Marine. He was excited to be assigned as a combat engineer who did route clearing. Mom said it was exactly what he wanted, and he wanted to deploy so badly. He would not have been happy had he not deployed. He was proud of his Cuban heritage, he was extremely proud of being a Marine, and he loved his truck. He was an avid sports fan, devoted to the Boston Bruins and the Boston Red Sox. He is survived by his parents, Rolando and Lisa, his fiancée, Julie, his siblings, as well as extended friends and family, and his brothers and sisters in arms. We here at MBR would like to thank you, Lance Corporal Matthew R. Rodriguez, for your service and dedication to our country. You leave a legacy of love and courage. Our prayers are with your family, friends, and those who served alongside you. You are truly missed.
detail. Pinch it. Ready.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. He was the man of the house when he was born. His family is proud but torn. But if you knew him, you would understand. He was raised on how to be brave, just to see the flag still wave. And then he came home with only one hand. He's Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down here to lie. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on these front lines. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, he'll pay the ultimate price. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down his life. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. March in line, march in line. Hey. Hey.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in. You're giving veterans a voice today. Powered by WorkSimple, where we simplify your mission.
Find us on the web at mbradio.we.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Red Friday here, May 8th, 2026. And wherever you are, it is 44 minutes past the hour. And we've came to pretty much almost the end of the segment. But I just want to encourage everybody this weekend, whatever you do, I'm telling you, it's almost like being in a small town going to the Walmart, okay? Everybody has the same disc drainer. Everybody knows what's at the dollar store. I'm telling you, don't be that person that goes buy a card for mom at the dollar store. She knows what you would be better off printing a card off of the internet and like, signing or something like that.
It's the thought that counts, Joel.
It is a thought that counts. But yeah, make sure you get that Mother's Day gift. Make sure you give her flowers. Don't learn the hard way like I had to. Don't get them a washing machine or a dryer. You'll be in the doghouse for a little bit. Before we go into final thoughts, I gotta mention that we have a new program, a new server, and it's called Deploy Quack Creations. Okay. And it starts May 18th. Basically, if you're a veteran or a first responder and you want to learn about 3D printing, well, all you have to do is show up and you'll learn some 3D printing. If you want something 3D printed as well, you can totally do that as well. But our open house is May 18th. You can come here. You'll be able to meet HG. You'll be able to meet me. I talked to Brandon. Brandon's going to be stopping by as well and sign a couple autographs. Maybe even just say hi and talk to a couple of people. We'll be providing donuts and Jersey Mikes for the open house. It's pretty much all week, but it starts Monday, May 18th. With that being said, HG is still there. Oh, I didn't close the door. Well, we're gonna go into the that time. It is the final thoughts.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
At Project ML, gratitude. Our mission is simple: to give motorcycles to veterans who need the kind of peace and freedom that only a ride can give.
Now, I got this email yesterday, just so everybody knows. If you're in the Colorado area, if you're in the Colorado area, make sure that you start by it. It starts at Shifters. They have a motorcycle run coming up June 13th. ML Gratitude will be doing a poker run. They'll be gifting a motorcycle to a veteran. And, if you want in on some of this, you can do that. Go to their website. You can go to their website and you can nominate yourself. You can nominate another veteran. Let's make sure that every veteran in this country has the ability, has the opportunity to own a motorcycle. There's many out there. Having a motorcycle is just another outlet, another thing that we can do for our veterans to heal them while they're home, So make sure you drop by there. I think it's for a shirt and for a rider, it's like $45. It's not too bad, You get provided food and drinks and all the whole 9 yards. For more information, go to mlgratitude.org or just Google it. You'll see it. June 13th. Make sure you're there or be square. HG, we're going to get started with you first. What did you learn today?
Well, I gotta say, I loved some of the Amber lore that we got in that little YouTube clip that we had in there, and just learning about even more about all the incredible things she does on her show. I mean, we've got our own real badass true crime detective here.
Hell yeah, we do.
She it's hard to even do justice, all the things she does. You can't even really describe it yourself. You just got to go see what Amber is doing on the weeds.
And Amber, I'm just throwing this out here, okay?
Yeah.
Because karma is real, all right? If anybody messes with me or picks fun at me, Amber's like a sister to me. She will karma you. I'm just gonna let you know. Don't get ambered, all right? She will amber you, all right?
Well, I don't necessarily believe in karma, but I believe in you reap what you sow.
Yeah.
And and I will definitely back you up, Joel. I will back any of my friends up, and anybody that's ever come face to face and had to do that, I don't back down.
See, I even told Amber one day, I'm like, you know what? I know what you're capable of do. I know you could mess karma up for me real quick if I did something to make you upset.
Well, and that's not me, I sit on things for over a year before I even say things, and I only speak about something when I have to, and I'm not interested in revenge because God says that's for him to do, and he's bigger and badder than I am. So
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Amber, what did you learn today?
Well, I learned that, and I think I forget it a lot. It's not something I really learned, but it's something that I forget a lot is that
you're reminded.
Yeah, I was reminded that we are servants. When we go into the military, we become servants. And I thought that my service or the fact that I love to serve people came from my interactions at church and things like that. But I think it really started with the Army, and then church just kind of made it even more. But that's something that I forget about is that service, we were taught that in the Army or in the military, and you're a much better person when you continue that service even after you're out.
Yeah, and when you're a service to other people, you just feel better about yourself and you have a purpose, and I don't know why, but when you transition out of the military to civilian life, it's just not the same because, like I said, in the military, we're trained, treat others like you want to be treated. And it just doesn't feel that the golden rule is really taught in this generation. And hopefully history repeats itself, and we'll go back to the best generation known to man. Like the World War II days when people treated people with unity, with respect, and most definitely with empathy. I think a lot of people are missing empathy these days.
Well, it's hard to be empathetic anymore because there's so many people that play on your sympathies.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. That is
and
very
a lot
true.
of people that whine about stuff that is very minuscule to people who've been through way more, and it's like, I have a hard time having empathy sometimes.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a little off topic, but I just got to say, Joy, where did you get this premium emoji pack? She's been just dropping some of the coolest.
I like Joy. Joy, I like you.
Emojis.
You can come home and date my brother anytime, all right? I like you. Well, with that being said, we're running out of time, and today I just learned that the more you help people, the more connections you make, the more impact that you'll make with other people, because people don't care what you can provide them. They don't care how much money you make. They don't even care if you're a celebrity. You know what people care about? They care about how you treat them. That's what people care about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Commitment beats talent every time.
I would agree with that.
With that being said, everybody, we're go ahead and hit this, and That's a little too loud. I'll let you do it.
I got you. Don't worry,
Okay.
buddy.
With that being said, remember this weekend, everybody, Mother's Day. Don't beat your dog. Don't beat your kids. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to do the Saturday night special, make sure that you have the Saturday night tools, if you get what I mean. And whatever you do, remember, keep your toes on the ground, your hands up in the air, because in life, wherever you want to go, it is limitless. You are the person that keeps you from going ahead or going behind.
Yeah.
From everybody here at Military Broadcast Radio, we want to tell you that we are here for you, not for us. And they all said, giving our veterans a voice.
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Thanks for watching and listening to Military Broadcast Radio on Roku TV. If you missed today's episode, the podcast will be available on
and all major platforms shortly after we go off the air. We're here for you, not for us, giving veterans a voice. This is Military Broadcast Radio.